hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a pitch of mine. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hey.
It's week 3 of the National Football League, and we'll get to see the Eagles' veteran linebacker, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Eagles and the Commanders, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders are hoping to provide stability for each other starting in 2022. It's the 3rd team in 3 years for Wentz and the 4th starter in 4 years for Washington. The big thing with Wentz has always been staying on the field. And last season in Indianapolis, he played a full 17 games, leading the Colts to a 9-8 record and almost into the playoffs.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. They juked him. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 20 carries, 57 yards.
They've won 2 straight games and have done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
There's no doubt that Curtis Samuel Washington would both welcome a redo at his first year there. Injuries kept him to less than 100 snaps across 5 games. Everyone's hoping a return to help gets him back on track, where he's making a push for his first 1,000-yard season in Carolina. That catch there, good for a 1st down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Shotgun now for Wentz. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. A big game here for Carson Wentz. He mostly got cheers. Some boos smattered in when he was announced before the game, but 35-32-1 was Wentz in his 5 years as the Phillies starter. His best year, well, you remember that one, 2017, finished third at MVP voting, but a knee injury ended his season late and opened the door for Nick Foles to carry the Eagles to a Super Bowl title. Now Wentz on third down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Sly able to put this one through, and the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. The numbers for Sanders last week, 16 carries, 59 yards.
I can remember the last time we did a game and the coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's got room. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Gibson again. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 22, Wentz. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the draw, it's Gibson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is?
And the pressure gets to him again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
It's up about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Sly able to put this one through, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On 2nd and 12, Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And here's Joseph Charlton now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is fielded at the 27. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense back out there. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Hurts to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Throwing is Hurts. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
And he carries this one past the midfield, striping into Commander territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, They've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be up, they've got no chance to win this game.
And Joseph Charlton on now to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Thomas has got it, complete. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Wentz gonna throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's gonna make it 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
6-0 our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Hurts going to take this himself. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me Was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
On first down, Hurts steps away to his left. A little juke. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. They'll run with Sanders. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away now from moving out in front.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Under pressure, they got him again. Javon Hargrave. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Nifty move. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be Eagles football 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Hurts. And once again, this is Sanders. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Throws this one right side to Pascal. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
The pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz hitting Samuel on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
A give to Gibson running right. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first down, Wentz. He gets it to Thomas. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 15-yard line.
Gibson toss right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Now Wentz. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson from 6 yards away. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. It took a pretty big risk right there, going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it concluded with the touchdown pass to Antonio Gibson. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now, Charles, for this offense, we take a look at the draft class here. They were looking for a playmaker, and they found one on the outside.
And the way teams are throwing the football nowadays, you can't afford to skip at the wide receiver position. I know that the slot guy is getting more attention now, but that guy on the perimeter, he makes you go.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. And he's got it. Touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And Washington able to strike for 6. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Sly on for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it concluded with the touchdown pass to Antonio Gibson. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts taken in by Pascal out left. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And they got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll look to throw here. And that's complete to Sanders. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Come on. Hey.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. The ball comes out, and the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means Throwing is Hurts. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Campbell Curl. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. 85 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half for Wentz. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders